get to probably at some point. Anyway, welcome. This is my 40,000 subscriber live stream. This one kind of snuck up on me. I didn't think I was going to get here that fast. So, yeah, and it happened right at the tail end of my break for school. So, of course, I can't really do much of anything. I have work later today, and then I'm right back at it all week. I got a fucking draft paper I need to write, so, that's going to be fun. We'll deal with that when we come to it. But I figured if I didn't do something today for this 40,000 special, if I didn't do something now, all week, it was just not going to happen. So I figured I'm just going to do it now before I go to work. I have something I want to show you here. I was going to make just a separate video about that, but considering now we have the live stream capability, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Also, some other announcements I have, but I'm going to wait until people actually show up because that's one fault with the last live stream I did. Well, the last one I did like 2 days ago, that was like right after I got banned from Twitch. So I got banned from Twitch, and then I made another Twitch account, and I started talking on that one, and I got banned on that one. So then I'm like, fuck, okay, I guess we'll try YouTube. And then, YouTube's like, okay. At that point, I didn't really care much for really talking, but, I got to that point at some place anyway. So, yeah. Right. Dead silence. Hold on, I have to pull up the freaking stream on my computer. I'm not used to doing this yet. The YouTube stream... There we are, 40,000 subs live stream. Okay, right. So why don't you start a gaming channel like PewDiePie? PewDiePie's getting his own fucking TV show, I heard. I saw some trailers for it. I don't know if it's like a Netflix thing or if it's a, something on an actual network, but he's having his own show now, so... Good for him. That'll add to that, fortune he's already got. I'm not bitching about PewDiePie. I don't really have a lot of problems with PewDiePie. The gaming community on YouTube is so oversaturated. It's just like, there's a possibility you could be successful, and, I'm already doing this stuff on my channel, so I might have a better chance at doing it, because I already have a lot of fans. Thing is, though, I'm not really a huge gamer. I think if you want to be a gamer on YouTube, if you want to make that, like, the focus of your channel, if you want to make some money off that, you should probably enjoy gaming quite a bit. And I don't. All the games I play, if you've noticed, they're really old. They're really just games from my childhood. I'm just revisiting because of nostalgia's sake, Pokemon. I think the most recent game I've played on my channel was Pokemon White and Pokemon White 2. And that Let's Play is kind of discontinued at this point. But the other ones I've played are just like fucking, Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. I'm doing Duelists of the Roses right now. I'm probably going to do another older Yu-Gi-Oh! Game after this. I haven't touched my Xbox in months. An Xbox 360, that's the most recent gaming console I have. I don't have any capture cards or any sort of devices that I can use to capture my gameplay of it. I'm just not a big console gamer. I'm playing Pokemon Blue, which is another old game on my 3DS right now. I am going to make a video about that, mostly because... I want to make a video about my favorite Pokemon, and my favorite Pokemon is somebody that is really... Somebody, would that be the correct term to refer to a Pokemon? Okay, let me rephrase that. Okay, my favorite Pokemon is some that I think gets completely disregarded and is just gets shoved to the side. Even the anime was like, fuck you with this guy for something that wasn't even his fault. Okay, a couple of Japanese children... Okay, a couple of hundred of Japanese children ended up having seizures in an episode that he was prominently featured in, but that doesn't mean it was his fault, okay? You got 40,000, yay. Yes, yay indeed. Yay in fucking deed. I've achieved the place that I wanted to be when I started. Actually, when I started this, after about a year or so doing manga reviews on YouTube, or maybe it was closer to 2 years, I don't know. I remember I noticed that King of Lightning had like 40,000 subscribers when I had around like less than 10,000. And I was thinking to myself, I can't wait to get to that point. I can't wait to get to that point. Of course, now King of Lightning has about 80,000. I just watched one of his videos this morning. I commented on it, actually. The top 10 list for Watch Mojo. Apparently, Watch Mojo did a top 10 best Naruto characters list, but they did it by like fan vote, so you ended up having like all of Team 7 basically taking the top 4 spots. I don't know who was number one. He didn't say. It was probably Naruto. Naruto or Sasuke. Sakura was really high up there. You know, I haven't actually watched the Watch Mojo list himself, but yeah, it was a problem. I was yelling about Ammonite. Okay, our God and Savior, our Lord Helix. My DS broke, so I can't play Pokemon or X and Y. Well, then go buy another 3DS. Because everybody has enough money for those. Actually, when I bought this thing, it was not a smart financial decision, okay? I really fucking wanted to play Pokemon X when it came out, and I just didn't have a 3DS. So not only did I have to buy the game, which was $40, I also had to buy this. So that was like about $200 I had to shell out at a point in, let's see, that was in November or October of 2013, and I had like, at that point, I think I only had like 8,000 subscribers. And I was not making a lot of money. I was making like $100 like every 3 months, or like $100 every 2 months or something like that. Not a lot of money on YouTube at that point, and I was working a shitty part-time job. So when I bought this, I think I only had like 50 or $40 in my bank account for a few days after that. But it was totally worth it. I'm like, it was worth it because now I can play Pokemon. I'm having that right now. I want to buy Fire Emblem so bad. I had to pay my taxes. I had to pay for my college tuition. I had to pay for, not all of my college tuition, but I had to pay for some of it. I have repairs on my car I need done, and I'm like, I had to spend like upwards of $900 this week on all this shit. And I'm like, I want to buy Fire Emblem so bad. And I go into Walmart and it's sitting right the fuck there. It's like there's 4 copies left. Oh, now there's only 3 copies left. You better buy them. I'm like, God, this is such a difficult life decision. They only have Birthright. They don't have Conquest, which I wanted to buy Conquest, but whatever. A Birthright would do. I don't care. I just want to play the damn game. Do you think Ichigo is in Bonk? No, he's not. I can guarantee you 100% on that. I'm on Skype with the Flame Warrior. Okay. Thank you for that update. We get it. You need 2 adults. I do need an adult. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, I need 2 adults. I get it. Yeah, I need to, like... You know, it's funny. I went to go do my taxes, and my mom was with me, right? Because she had to do hers. We do them together with the same... We go to, like, a tax lady together, and we get them done. And she's like, make sure you bring your checkbook to balance it. I'm like, I haven't balanced my checkbook in, like, 5 years. I don't think I've even balanced my checkbook more than, like, once. She's like, well, how do you keep track of everything? I'm like, the internet? Sorry, that's just how it goes. I don't want to sound like a condescending teenager from the early 2000s, like, the internet, mom. But no, seriously, it's way more efficient. I tell that to people that come into Dollar Tree all the time. They always pay with, like, older people. They'll always pay with their credit cards, and they'll have to take out their checkbook right there on the spot, and they'll have to, like, record it right there, which actually is annoying because it takes up, you know, hey, there's someone else that needs checked out. Can you, like, do your checkbook shit over there? And I tell them, I'm like, oh, yeah, I just do all that on the internet, you know, it keeps track of it for you, and be like, yeah, well, you know, I like to keep track of it myself, or even worse yet, they'll be like, yeah, but that's not very accurate, I don't trust the internet, because what happens if the internet goes down, then I don't know how much money I have. I'm like, okay, I'll keep that in mind in case there's ever a globe. I'm pretty sure if the internet just all at the same time just immediately crashes, I think there's more problems you're going to have to worry about than just you're not knowing how much money's in your checking account, okay? I think you might have to more worry about, like, planes falling out of the sky and, like, it's the end of the world, there is no internet. No, but seriously, if the internet were to go down just for 1 hour... We're not even talking about, okay, let's not even talk about the military aspect of the internet, because, you know, there's like a public sector for the internet, and then there's like you know, the military, you know, the shit that's keeping, like, the satellites and all the different, you know, nuclear devices in check. You know, there's different levels to this stuff. But let's say just the civilian internet, like Google, Facebook, all that shit on the surface web just went down for an hour worldwide. What did you think would happen? I kind of am interested. I'm like asking. I'm like, I want to see what would happen there. I wonder how many people would die in the span of that 1 hour. People would be running around being like, it's the end of the world. It's like that episode of South Park. You made $300 a month now? No, I don't. I can't tell you how much money I make off YouTube for legal reasons, but it's not $300 a month. I can tell you that much. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know why he keeps asking me for relationship advice. I went on a long rant in the last episode where I'm like, I only had half a girlfriend, and that didn't even work out too well. Okay, you want to know who my girlfriend is? Hold on. Boom. That's where my life is at the moment, okay? That's where we're at right now, okay? That's at that point. I'm approaching the point where I'm gonna buy a body pillow coming soon. If by age 24 I don't have a girlfriend, I might just, you know what? It's not gonna happen. I think I'm just gonna regress to complete stereotypical weeaboo status. I'm just gonna buy a bunch of anime plushies, get some Pikachu wallpaper, and buy a Nico Robin body pillow, and I'll be set for life. Not really, but you know what I mean. Like, I don't know why you're asking me for relationship advice, dude. I'm not the guy you need to go for that. Go ask Ace. He makes a bunch of real-world topics. He's actually had girlfriends before. He makes videos discussing this shit. Go talk to him about it. Please change your background. Weebs everywhere. And a fleshlight. What's a fleshlight? You mean a flashlight? I seriously don't know what that is. Is it something? I know what it is. I'm just like, because I know there's going to be someone out there like, oh man, I got to tell Tekking what a fleshlight is. I'm like, okay, you don't have to text. I know what it is. It's a synthetic vagina with a light because it's warm. You get, okay. I think you know where I'm going with this. Okay, everyone knows what a fleshlight is. All right. Bleach Brave Souls. Very, very cool. Not for me. Not really. Not for me. I mean, not really just because of Bleach. It's because I don't really care much for those kind of games you play on your phone. Like, I couldn't even get, like Angry Birds and, like, Candy Crush and shit that you really only play when you're, like, taking a shit on the toilet. I can't even get into that stuff. I just don't know why. It's just not my cup of tea. Do Black Clover reviews. You know what? I was gonna start doing that when the next story arc starts, because we're like at the tail end of this story arc. We're like at the middle of like the big epic battle at the end of a story arc. So we're gonna wait until next story arc starts, and if it's interesting to me, I'll go ahead. Oh my god, I love your live streams, Tekking. Me too! I wish I could play more music. You know, fuck it, let's play some music. I figure, hey, it's a live stream. As long as I play music that I can do... If I use the same kind of music I play during my videos, I guess it should be okay, right? I mean, I don't get busted for those. Why would I get busted for this? I've discovered Bleach... I've discovered Bleach OSTs. Like, those are like... I've never had a problem with Bleach OSTs, ever. You know, sometimes when I get music, I have to, like... I have to change it a little bit if I'm thinking, that might be copyrightable. So I'll go ahead and I'll change the pitch, or I'll do like a reverb thing. Sometimes if the music was really like there was a theme. I'm gonna do a Hashwolf discussion in the coming weeks, and I was looking for a theme to use for Hashwolf, and I found one that I thought was really good. So I downloaded it, but I'm thinking, I don't know, that sounds like I've heard that before. It might be copyright. So I went and I uploaded it to one of my side channels first to see. And, like, right away it got detected. So I'm like, oh, well, can't use that. So, I found something else I might be able to use for that. But, yeah, Bleach OSTs, they don't care. So let's do Diddy for Daddy. That's good enough. That's good enough. Okay, we don't need to go back there. Yeah. I know pretty much, like, all the Bleach OSTs by heart now. You know, I have a whole folder. I can show you that. This is, in case you don't know, because, you know, if you've just been following my Twitch streams, you don't even know how I organize this shit. But, you know, so this is my YouTube folder. You know, this is where I keep everything organized. Go into manga. This is my archive right here. This is, archive. Come on. There we go. This is all my Bleach reviews I've done. Actually, this isn't even all of them. This is just the ones from the current arc. I have like a Fullbring archive, which is like a different thing I have here with that. That's all the Fullbringer ones. But anyway, yeah, so then I have sound effects, and that's every sound effect I have, like random ones. Like here's Froaky's cry. That's very riveting. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Sound was off. Froaky cry. Rasengan sound effect. Have that for some reason. I know a bunch of these I've used, a bunch of them I haven't. This is just random stuff. And then Bleach OSTs, and I have every Bleach OST. I have 1 through 4, and then I have all 4 of the movies. And I'm thinking about, because there's some unreleased ones I can get my hands on too. I was thinking about making a separate folder for that, but that's my organizational skills. No, I played Bleach Brave Souls. I didn't like it. Yeah, OST remixes are pretty good. There was one that was, I can't find it on YouTube anymore. I don't know if it got, like, copyrighted or the guy took it down. But there was, like, a remix of Quincy Craft. And, hold on. Epic Ninja Quincy Craft Remix. Yeah, so that was pretty epic, and I use that whenever I do my Blood Arc reviews in like 6 minutes or whatever. That's the song that always plays in the background. The whitest boy dancing that ever whited. Oh god, I've done that before. I'm not allowed to dance. Did you know you're not allowed to dance on Twitch? Yeah, so I got banned from Twitch a few days ago, and just for shits and giggles, I don't really care because I can just go on Hitbox and I have this right here. So Twitch is honestly not doing a lot for me. But I went on to their terms of service stuff, and I was like just looking through all the stuff I apparently, violated. I violated the system. Hold on a second, I'll pull that up. Like their terms of service and shit. That's a list of prohibited games, terms of service. About site suspensions. Where was this at? Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is site suspensions, DMCA suspensions, and chat bans. Like, these are the things that can get you banned on Twitch, right? So violence and threats, that makes sense. Sexual material. Okay, sexual material in the sense of, you, like, treating Twitch like it's Pornhub, fine. But when it comes to, like, sexually explicit games, I think that should be up to the person watching to decide whether or not they want to watch it. Like, there should be, like, an 18+ rating, which I think there is. Be like, okay, we're playing a game right now that has to deal with sexual content. There's, like, nudity in it. Shouldn't that be up to the person watching if it's like, okay, I want to watch this video that has tits in it? Now, this is not talking about that. This is talking about sexual material in the sense of, like, if I got naked or something. That makes sense why you're not supposed to do that. But anyway, okay, non-music. I love that they put this in here, okay? You cannot broadcast a radio-style music show, perform link-syncing karaoke, or dance to music as the basis of your content. I love how it has that. Like, it's just like, no dancing allowed on this fucking website. You can't dance. If you dance, you're out of there. Like, this is like freaking Footloose, except on the internet. Yeah, but I know. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, everything else I agree with. I'm just like, oh, by the way, and the non-gaming thing, you may not stream non-gaming content as the focus of a stream. Dude, that's all I did on this freaking site for like a year. That's all I did. And you never had a problem with it beforehand. I mean, I got, the only time I've ever been kicked off for like 24 hours was always when I played like a video or something on YouTube. Like, I played an episode of Scooby-Doo once, and they took me down for that. I'm like, okay, that's fair enough. I think that has to go with more of the copyright aspect and the non-gaming, but, that's all I did for like, months is do the non-gaming stuff, and it's just like, oh, you're just catching up to me now? All right, that's, whatever. Anyway. What about DDR then? I think there was like a few exemptions for that, that's not games already in our database, so I think there was some exemptions from that. And in case you're curious, in case you ever want to air something on Twitch, here is a list of prohibited games, just so you guys know. You can't play anything like this. And then, of course, Yandere Simulator's at the bottom. You know, I can't play... so if you want to play Sakura Angels, Honey Pop, Dramatical Murder, Criminal Girls, Cobra Club, BMXXXX, Battle Rape. There's a game called Battle Rape. Okay, that's got me curious. I gotta go look that up later. I just need to see what that is. Is that like a Street Fighter 2 or like Mortal Kombat, except instead of like fatalities, you do like rape? I don't know. I mean, just so many ideas are in my head right now what that could entail. Yeah. Mother effers banned Honey Pop. Good thing UIT allows it. Now, a few things, like, I don't know all these games, honestly. I don't. I'm assuming nudity is very prominent in these. I'm assuming that's the case, and I'm assuming there's some graphical sex scenes. But I just, like, once again, it should be up to the person to decide. Like, it's not like YouTube, right, where you can title a video whatever you want to title it, and you're talking about something, and if you use content that's like, you don't know what's going to be in that video. I mean, you have the title and you have the thumbnail to go off of, but you don't really know what's going to be in that video. Here's the thing with Twitch, and this is why it's different. You can put in, hey, this is my stream. I'm playing Honey Pop today. You know what you can do if you don't know what Honey Pop is? You can go research it and be like, oh, that's what Honey Pop is. Okay, so that seems like something I would be into. I'm going to go watch this stream. Or, oh, this doesn't seem like it's something like the information is available. You can go find it. And it should be up to the person to decide, I want to watch a Let's Play of Honey Pop. I want to watch a Let's Play of Sakura Angels, And you might be thinking, like, well, what about games that you do some really graphical shit that's, like, illegal? Like, okay, so there's no other game that's allowed by Twitch where you commit any kind of legal activity, Like, once again, you have games like, first-person shooters where you go around and, like, shoot people and stab them in the face. That's an illegal act. Why is that allowed? Am I allowed? I didn't know that the laws in the games are how we're supposed to act in real life. Like if there's like rape in a game, we're not allowed to show that game because rape is not allowed in real life. There's murder in Call of Duty, so therefore we can't see Call of Duty because murder is not allowed in real life. See some issue, and then Grand Theft Auto! Fucking Grand Theft Auto! Have you played Grand Theft Auto? It's a game where you can literally just go up to some point, like in Call of Duty, you could at least say, oh, it's war. But with Grand Theft Auto, you could literally just walk up to some poor son of a bitch on the street and just pop a cap in their fucking dome. There you go. Not something that's really allowed in real life. But hey, that's allowed on Twitch. Are you anti-marijuana? No, I'm for marijuana. Not just because of the fact that marijuana is really not that bad for you, and it's been demonized throughout the country, and you can trace that back. I was actually having a discussion with a pothead that was in Dollar Tree the other night. He came in there and he was high. I know this because he told me, and he was with a friend who was also high, and they were buying way too much silly string. I'm not sure what they did with it. But he was telling me about it. He's like, so yeah, I'm high right now. I'm like, oh, pretty good, man. Are you doing a strain that's higher in sativa or indica? Like, what are you into? And he's like, oh man, this kid knows where it's at. And I'm like, I do research. You know how many papers I've written on marijuana? Like, cause it's like the easiest thing to write about. It was like, okay, I had a research class in college, and it's like, you have to do a research paper. I'm like, all right, I'll do it on drug legalization, because I could stretch that out for like 10 pages. That's easy shit. Also, you have to consider that if marijuana was made just legal in this country, nationwide, because in a few states it is legal, but if it was just made nationwide legal, you know what we would do? The government would tax the shit out of it the same way we tax cigarettes, and it would be regulated, and that would be a huge pool of revenue. Because if you look at the economy in like Colorado, it's really it's improved since they've legalized marijuana. But think about this. Anytime some kid wants to smoke some pot, he doesn't live in a state that it's legalized. Let's say he lives in Pennsylvania where it's not legalized. If you want to go to smoke some pot, I mean, you can get your hands on it. It's not hard. I don't smoke pot at all. I don't do any drugs. But I know people that I could call right now and they could hook me up, or they could hook me up with somebody that knows how to hook me up. You know, like, it wouldn't be very difficult. The fucking apartment building 5 minutes from my house was busted for crystal like 5,000 times. I mean, like 5 or 6 times. But still, drugs are very prominent in this area. I would be, and you know, marijuana, really, that's like the lowest of the low. I could get, you know, that easy, no problem. But my point is, every time I would want to do that, I would go to somebody and then pay him, and then he would give me the marijuana, and the government doesn't see any of that money. Whereas if you regulated it and it was legal and you sold it like in stores, just like cigarettes and tobacco, which is honestly worse for you because they throw in a bunch of other shit into cigarettes. If they just sell marijuana and just don't, you know, add anything extra into it, then you're good. You know, you be good. You're fine smoking it, and you don't. I mean, the government gets extra money, and there you go. That helps out with the fucking debt in this country. Which Ghibli movie is your favorite? Spirited Away. My absolute favorite Ghibli movie. My favorite Miyazaki movie. I have it on my computer. I just watched it a few weeks ago. Really good movie. How do you pronounce Yuha? Yuha. James Hansen pronounced it You-Watch. Some people still pronounce it Juha. Sometimes I say Yuha Bach, because apparently the Bach part is still there. You could just be like Nemaya and call him YH. Well, yeah, marijuana can be bad. I mean, there's certain strains of it, and then you can lace it with shit, too, which you gotta watch out for that stuff. But just the plant itself, just smoking, just pure cannabis, that's not... You know, it was demonized so much. For a while in America, it was legal. It was just, nobody even thought about it. It was like, yeah, it's a plant, it's in nature. Yeah, of course you could smoke it. You know, that's the whole point of the country, is like a personal freedoms. Well, there was some issues in the early 20th century. You know, first off, you know, you have hemp, the hemp industry, which, you know, can be used to, you know, make rope and stuff. And there was this guy that felt like, oh, that's a threat to me, so I'm going to, you know, try to make it seem like marijuana is this horrible stuff. There was a movie called Reefer Madness, which really got the hysteria going back then. And then everyone just kind of understood back by the middle of the 20th century, everyone just kind of accepted the fact that, oh, this marijuana is horrible for you. It's so bad, and it was illegal. It was never illegal in this country, and then up till the 20th century, it was made illegal, and now we're just in the process of legalizing it again, like it was like some big, long struggle that we've had to fight ever since the beginning of the country. No, it really, I mean, a lot of the laws and the weird, like, norms right now that we follow have to come they're not that far back. You know, people say tradition, but all you really need to make a tradition in this country is like just 2 generations. Because let's think about this. My grandfather's generation grew up in a time when the whole Reefer Madness thing was going on. And then my grandfather had my father in 1958. Well, no, my grandfather did not have my father. That, you know, okay, my family's aliens. I'm sorry, guys. The sexual thing works reverse in my family. That shouldn't surprise you in the slightest. No, but my grandparents had my father, and he grew up completely immersed in this idea that, you know, marijuana is bad and it should be made illegal, and my grandfather was telling him about it because that's what he grew up with. And then by the time my generation comes along, it's just, wow, it's just been that way forever. You know, so there you go. There's your tradition. It's only been about 2 generations, but there's your tradition. Same thing with why we have God on the money, and God is in the Pledge of Allegiance. All that shit didn't start until like the 1950s. Make the ugliest face possible, please. All right. Man, that's going to be hard. Okay, I don't... If I ever, like, suffered any kind of accident and my face was permanently stuck like that, I'll just, you know, I'll just kill myself. It'll be okay. I won't subject you to that, guys. Like, hey, everybody, Tekking101 here. Who of you, Bleach? I won't subject you guys to that. What keto would you like to use? I like Raikoho. I mean, it's like thunder cannon. Anything that has thunder and cannon in it is immediately awesome. So Tekking, hype for Dante versus Bayonetta. Oh, I didn't know he was fighting Bayonetta, but ooh, good. I have a wallpaper of her. I might have to switch it back to Bayonetta. Ah, she got that ass. I mean, she's a very developed female character in video games that I enjoy. I mean, I do enjoy the Bayonetta games very much. Oh, the torture. Speaking of torture, have you seen what Donald Trump's up to this week? We need, like, can we just get, like, some, I need to start a podcast, you know? I was going to do a parody of the Drunken Peasants coming up, but I seriously just need to do my own kind of podcast. But, we need to get some wacky music playing in the background. Like, I have an idea. Hold on, I can do this. This should be allowed, at least. So, guys, have you heard what Trump's up to this week in the news? How did you get One Piece? I don't have One Piece. Who's telling you I have One Piece? I don't have the One Piece. One Piece is on Raftel. What's your drink of choice? Lemon iced tea. Are you straight? Yeah. Except when I'm bending down to pick something up, then I'm more curved. Pokemon Dark Donald and Pokemon Bright Bernie. Well, Bernie did pretty good last night. We had Kansas, Nebraska, and Louisiana. Louisiana. Now, obviously, Louisiana, that was going to go Clinton, because it's the southern states. Bernie was not going to do good in the southern states. Luckily, we're almost done with them. Almost. We have, like, Mississippi still needs to vote. And I guess, hold on, let me just pull this up to see. But, yeah, so Clinton won Louisiana pretty handily. But Bernie won both Nebraska and Kansas. So, way to go, Bernie. I'm thinking he's going to hit, don't, you know, if you live in America and you're thinking about voting for Bernie, you know, and you might feel like, I feel like a lot of people are just going to be like, well, you know, it's obvious Clinton is winning, so I better not vote for him. No, seriously, just, you know, if you're going to vote for Bernie, just vote for Bernie. Don't change your opinion just because it looks like Clinton is in the lead. You don't get a prize if whoever you vote for wins. So vote for the person you agree with. Even if it looks like there's no conceivable way Bernie's going to win, still vote for him if you really want to vote for him, okay? But yeah, what was I going to do? I was going to pull up the freaking list here. Democratic Party presidential primaries. There we go. So here we are. There's Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders. Yeah. Now this is the layout so far. So Clinton has the obvious lead, but as I said, we're almost done with the southern states. Once we get done with Mississippi and North Carolina, possibly Kentucky, I think we're gonna get some more rises in Sanders. Maine's Maine is going to vote for today, the primary, so it's pretty much guaranteed Bernie's going to win Maine. Michigan is on Tuesday, and that has a lot of delegates, Michigan. I think it has like 100-something. So it'd be really, I think it's possible he could win that. Wisconsin, I think, is a guarantee for him. Yeah, now Florida is interesting because Florida is in the South, but if you don't live in America, you might not know this. It might just be easy just for you to say Florida is just part of the South. The culture and the way Florida is very different from like Alabama or Mississippi. It's really not the same kind of state. So it is in the South, but it's like its special kind of South. Anyone that lives in America already knows this. If you don't, I'm just, distancing yourself. You're like, why I'm not including Florida? Florida is like this kind of special. It's like the northernmost place in the southernmost place in the United States, if that makes sense. If you live in Florida, you know what I'm talking about. You guys in Florida are not like the same as in like Mississippi or something like that. I live in Florida. It's awesome. See, there you go. You know what I'm talking about, right? What is your favorite Zanpakuto? Ooh, that's a tough one. I would probably have to go with, man, that is a tough one. Shit. Favorite Bankai? I have to think about that for a little bit. I don't want to give just a half-hearted answer. I need to think about that. Yes, Florida is America's dick. But hey, at least America has a big dick. That's really important to a lot of people. Cup size? I'm pretty much a training bra. Sorry. Do you do Patreon? I have a Patreon. I only really use it when I need equipment. Like if I need new lighting equipment or new microphone or something, I'll use it for that. Haven't really used it in a while. Have you been in a car accident? No, maybe. I didn't get hurt, and the car didn't even get really that damaged, but the first time that I was out driving, I was with my dad. I just got my learner's permit, and the first day he was teaching me how to drive, we were on this, like, back country road, and he's like, okay, we'll go on this road, because it's, like, 5-mile stretch, and it's, like, there's, like, curves and hills and stuff, but there's, like, nobody on this road. So we went back there, and my dad wanted me to do, like, a 3-point turn. Now, he told me, like, turn right up here and do, like, a turn, and I'm like, I assumed he wanted me to turn at this road, but he really wanted me to turn in. There's, like, a little gravel path. It wasn't really a road. I didn't even know it was there. So he's like, no, I want you to turn in right here, you know, put your turn signal on. And so I didn't know how, like, close it was, so I just went like, oh, right here, vroom, at like 50 miles an hour, so I almost wrecked. I did go into sort of like a ditch. The car was like this, and we almost flipped it. My dad managed to get it out, and it didn't really get banged up at all. And then my dad's like, yeah, okay, let's try that again. I'm like, really, Dad? Really? I could have easily just flipped this car and killed us both now, but okay. Have you been spanked? Yes, I've been spanked. I've been belted, too. At least twice. My favorite subject in school growing up was history. I dare you to speak as long as you can without using the vowel O. No, because that would seem very encumbering. Well, I'm glad you're not dead. Yeah, me too. Me too. That's a plus. Total plus for me. How many people are in here right now? 239. Doing fine. Doing fine. Speak in Spanish. Hola. No me gusta. Ate helado. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. I think I'm missing some numbers there. I haven't seen a race yet. You keep asking me about it. It says 245 for me. Well, it says 247 for me, so I'm going to trust this one because I'm the moderator. I'm the master of this. Cock size? I haven't really measured it. You know, I don't know if that's a thing most guys do, but no, I've never really gotten around to that. I'll put it on my list of things. I'll put it on my bucket list after meeting Jessica Negri. I'll put it on the bucket list right now. Measure my... Okay. There it is. It's on the bucket list. I give your Spanish 2 out of 10. Speak French. Oh, come on, guys. Oui, oui, monsieur. Show us your setup. I don't really have much of a setup. You missed like 4 numbers. Well, then I guess I wouldn't be going to Spain or Mexico. Which is probably why I never plan on going to Spain or Mexico. Speak Japanese. Ah, there we go. There's some questions. All right, well, what do you want me to... Well, I guess I'll say a few things. Eigo no hanasemasu ka? That means, do you speak English? Let's see, I can count. So, ichi, ni, san, yon, go, raku, nana, hachi, kyu, ju. I sometimes mix up ju and kyu because they sound so similar. And then you go like, you know, then it would go like ju, ichi, ju, ni, ju, san, ju, nyon. Let's see, what else do I know? I have like a book to teach you Japanese, and I was really into it like a year ago. I would know way more phrases than this, but I am unfortunately not that great. Watashi wa Mato desu. That's my name is Matt. That's a very polite way of saying it. You could just say Watashi wa Matt for the English. Yeah. I could also go Watashi no name wa Mato desu. I have no idea how to speak Dutch. And my dog is Duchess. Go ask her. Fucking Netherlands. Do you have an upcoming anime you're being pumped for? If One Punch Man gets a second season, sure. Favorite female character in Fairy Tail? You know, I was just watching this episode with her. I really enjoy Juvia. I really do. What microphone do you use? This is a Blue Snowball. It's pretty good. I like it. The Blue Yeti I also hear is good. Dare you to speak Chinese? Shang Zhao. I know that because I read Kingdom. Yes. It's rather easy. I don't know anything in Dutch, though. I've never taken the effort to learn Dutch. Put some music on to make it a little less boring. Well, I guess you think I play some music sometimes on the Twitch ones, but I never play music or like throughout the entire thing. Say something in sign language. Do a Bible in 10 seconds video. An anthology of mythology that everyone takes way too fucking seriously. There you go. There were actually like a bunch of deaf people in Dollar Tree yesterday. Like we had like 2 older ladies that I know that are deaf. We had a deaf couple in there. We had an older guy that was deaf. So I was using my sign language quite a bit yesterday, actually. Make your own music. Boop, 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 boop. Is that good enough for you? What do you think about ASMR? It's just a different genre of videos that's more, you know, different kind of microphone is involved. I don't see a problem with ASMR. Do a Koran in 10 seconds. I don't know anything about the Quran. The Crayon. Be about Brett Keane. You know, the Crayon. Crayon. Can you speak in cat? I don't have a cat, so no. If I did, her name would be Quistis, and she would be my friend. But I don't have a cat. New Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie thoughts. I just did a video about that yesterday. Go check that out. What game consoles do you own? Xbox 360, 3DS, PS Vita. I have a PlayStation 2 down there that's not plugged in. I have a GameCube somewhere. That's pretty much it. Yeah. What's my favorite anime? Fooly Cooly. Favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card? Probably Jinzo. Tekken, can you speak German? Only the stuff that gets mentioned in... Well, see, in 6th grade, each of our classes had like a different country we needed to learn about, and German was our culture. Germany was our country, so we learned how to count, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Probably missed some numbers there too. Sieben. I always miss Sieben. Anyway, but we also focused heavily on World War II history in that class. So I learned this like Nazi marching song. You know, like Obstin oder Schneid. And there's something else there. I don't remember. Die Nacht Hilon, she. I'm butchering this. That's been like, it's been 10 fucking years since I've had to sing this song. Oh, I see day not. Oh, something like that. We had to watch that like constantly. We had to learn it to sing it, like this German marching song or something. Are you good at math? Not really. Last time I was in a math class was in the fall of 2012, so it's been over 3 years since I've had a math class. To be fair, though, the last math teacher I had was very attractive. Her name was Danielle. She was pretty cool. In general, I've had and that community college had a lot of hot teachers. I think mostly because they were coming right out of like they just got their degrees, and like the easiest job they could get would be at a community college. So we had a lot of like the teachers weren't much older than the students. You know, like our sociology professor was like in her mid-20s. We had this biology professor was really freaking hot, and everyone hated her, which I didn't. I felt bad for this poor woman. She was like 23, and I was like 20. You know, so she wasn't much older, like 23 or 24. She was doing something. I had a dream I was swimming in an ocean of orange soda. I had iced tea next to my bed when I sleep, because when I wake up, I'm like, you know, I'm thirsty. I want to get a drink or something. So I don't know if it was because of a dream. I can't remember the context. But I do know that I woke up and, like, the bottle, I think I grabbed the bottle and then drank some of it and then went back to sleep, and I left the bottle on me because I woke up and my body was covered in iced tea. It's all over my pillows, all over my fucking bed. And I'm like, it's like 3 in the morning, and I'm like, So I grab this towel and just like throw the towel on top of my, take off my shirt, just throw the towel on my bed and just fall on the towel and go back to sleep. I'm like, ugh. Oh, I'm very thirsty. Thirsty, yeah. What did you major in college? Communications, digital media focus. At the community college I went to, it was just a like a general education degree. I got an associate's. No, I didn't piss myself. There was nothing down there. It was all around my head. And I also woke up with an iced tea bottle on me, so I kind of connected the dots. Do you really need to ask me what my thoughts on Bleach Online are? I have 10 episodes of that fucking series on my channel. Go watch that if you're really concerned about what my thoughts on Bleach Online are. Toward the end, I'm just like, oh God, this isn't even fun to make fun of anymore. I'm just so bored. What anime would you like to live in? I would probably pick, like, a slice of life anime to live in. I would not... You know what I would like? I would like my life to have, like, some anime cliches in it. You know? I wouldn't want to live in, like, the Dragon Ball Z One Piece universe, because if I lived in the One Piece universe, odds are I'm not going to be a fucking Straw Hat. I'm going to be some just poor, like some normal villager guy, or I'm going to be like the cabin boy on some no-name pirate crew, or I'm going to be like a freaking a chore boy for the Marines. I'm not going to be someone relevant. So I'm going to have to worry about if I was a pirate, I'd have to worry about getting my ass killed every time. I'm not going to be a devil fruit user. Certainly not. You know? Even if I was like out with my pirate crew and I found a devil fruit, my captain would be like, he's like, yeah, you're giving that to me, or I'm shooting you in the face. I'm like, okay, here you go. But anyway, yeah, so I wouldn't want to live in any of those series because I'd probably end up getting killed. But if I lived in like a slice of life manga, you know, my life would be relatively the same, but more manga shit would happen. Like, I'd be, like, late to school one morning. Like, I'd be late to school. Like, oh, man, I'm late. And then I would just bump into the girl of my dreams all of a sudden. She would fall down, and she'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then she would instantly fall in love with me. And that's, you know, everything would kind of fall into place from there on out. And all this, every time I go to school every day would be, like, a new adventure. Like, did you hear this thing caught on fire? I'm like, awesome. You know, like, it would be really cool. Like, my entire life would be the same. It would just be way more interesting. You know? Like, oh my God, this guy just got hit by a car. Awesome. Action time. I don't know. Would you make YouTube your job? Yeah, if I get enough subscribers and I have enough money to pay my bills and everything, then sure, why not? Favorite male Bleach character? Probably... I really like Askin. Probably gonna be Askin. Do you watch Rose Zero plus Vampire? Yeah, I have, yeah. Second season was horribly abysmal and just fan service, but essentially it was... First season was alright. It followed the manga decently. Still way too much fan service, but, you know. How would you like to see Bleach end? Alright, if I was writing the end of Bleach, if you just give me the freaking job, here's how this is gonna go, alright? I would have Ichigo and Uryu team up, and they would defeat Yuha. They would, like, seal him for another 1,000 years. Like, he would not be defeated. He would be sealed again, and... You know, it'd be like, okay, well, we solved the problem for now, but we got to really reform our ways and figure out a way to make sure he doesn't come back, or if he does come back, we'll be able to deal with him. You know, and then, you know, I'm an Ichirukia fan, but Kubo's probably going to go with the Ichigo Orihime route. But, you know, Ichigo marries Orihime and has, like, a little kid and the little girl or something, and the little girl can see spirits, and that's how the series ends. There you go. Or I guess you could go the route where he becomes a captain and Rukia becomes a captain. Maybe he's the new captain of Squad 8, and then Rukia becomes the captain of Squad 13, and you can end it that way too, with like a shot of all the new captains or something like that. Do you watch NBA? No. What's your guilty pleasure anime? Anything that's basically like the desktop I just showed you. That was Soro no Utishimono, which is Heaven's Lost Property, which doesn't really have much of a plot outside of, look at boobs! But it's like, yeah, look at them boobs. That's what I'm here for. Oh, and some fight scenes sometimes. No, but I don't have any siblings. No, the plot of Heaven's Lost Property is... You know what? Watching the first episode, you get really pumped at the possibilities that could arise. But they just kind of ruin it. Like, they immediately take up, like, a backflip on the freaking plot, like, immediately. So, the opening is pretty cool. It's like, the first episode has Tomoki, who's the main character, and then this angel falls out of the sky, and it's like, okay, that's cool. And she, her name's Alpha, and she can grant wishes. You know, like, I can grant you any wish, and he wishes for, like, a bunch of perverted stuff, and then he wishes that he's, like, the only human on Earth or anything like that. But it's, like, a cool setup, because it's like, okay, he has, like a pet angel thing, and he has unlimited wishes. That wish aspect, they immediately throw it out of the fucking window after the first episode. Like, they use it again, but they don't use it as much as you'd think they would. You know, like... One episode, they're trapped on an island, and they're not really trapped on an island, but they think they're trapped on an island, and none of them think about, hey, maybe we should wish ourselves off the island. You know, it's just like you're setting it up like this, and you're not using, because that's like a get-out-of-jail-free card. That's basically your Deus Ex Machina, but they don't even use it for that. There's like, why'd you even fucking introduce the concept then? Anyway, after that, it's mostly just boobs. And then the second season is nothing but boobs. No, I haven't seen JoJo's yet. I don't really have a favorite sport. I'm not really a fan of sport. I like hockey sometimes. I guess it would be the Pittsburgh Penguins. Not that much, though. Well, I know Bleach Brave Soul's Tekking, because I don't like it. I can't talk about something I really don't like that much. I mean, I did that with Hell Season, but that was more of a comedy aspect. Is that what you want me to do? Like, just sitting there making fun of Brave Souls for 20 minutes? I don't think you want that. I probably couldn't even do it that well, because it's not like a game I hate. It's just like, I'm indifferent toward it. I'm just like, it's okay, you know? It's not for me. I'm sorry. If I crushed your soul with that, like, oh no, Tekking the Bleach reviewer doesn't like Brave Souls? Whatever shall we do? I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what to tell you. What's your favorite fast food? I'm trying to get away from it, but mostly I like Wendy's, and I like Wendy's fries, and I like McDonald's burgers more, so I guess there you go. Has Saitama versus Superman been covered already? Yes, it's been covered to death, but just go ahead and have fun with it. Have you ever been outside the USA? I went to Canada once when I was like 7, and we stayed for like a week in Niagara Falls, which isn't really necessarily Canada. I mean, it is Canada, but it's like more America than Canada because mostly it's American tourists that are there, so. And I barely remember it. Favorite devil fruit, that's going to be Law's fruit, the Op no Mi. Because I can do like anything with it. Favorite yaoi pairing. I guess I gotta go. That Ichigo Byakuya one, that just stuck with me right there. I gotta go with that. Yes, I've heard of Kamen Rider. Yes, I'm a fan of the Drunken Peasants, which I might be doing a parody show of that coming up. I'm getting some friends of mine together. We might be doing a parody show, just like a one-time thing. And the whole reason I'm doing it, I'm going to be very obvious my reason of doing it. I'm doing this parody ripoff, whatever you want to call it, so the peasants will hopefully notice me and I might be able to get a guest spot on their show. But I'm going to do it right, because there's a bunch of people that try to copy or at least emulate the style of the Drunken Peasants, but they're just not, they always turn out not very good. I'm like, I want to do this, and I want to do it fucking good. And I know I have the technical skills for it, so I've been like fiddle fucking around with making some intros for certain segments and like special like backgrounds and stuff and the borders for the show, making it look good. I got to get my hands on some extra equipment. But I have these two hosts that I'm lining up to help me out with this. And because we're going to do like the same format, like 3 people in a room watching videos, and it's only going to be a one-time thing. But hopefully it'll turn out okay. I still need an intro. That's the thing I need. You know, I've made little intros. See, how the Drunken Peasants do it is they have like an intro for the entire episode, and it's like a really good intro they got somebody to do. And then they have like little mini intros for each segment they do. You know, so I got the mini intros done. That's not a problem. That didn't take very long. I need like a professionally done like intro that's on the level of the Drunken Peasants intro. And it's not something I can do. I just can't do it with the software I have right now. I can't. So yeah, I'm going to need somebody that helps me do that. So if anybody out there is, I'm not even saying like you're good at animating, just somebody that's decent with editing, with that sort of, like, go watch the Drunken Peasants intro. I don't know if I'm allowed to show it. I don't know. I'm not sure. But you can just type in Drunken Peasants intro on YouTube. Hold on. I'll even leave a link to it. Yeah, here it is. Like, here it is. That's the intro, and it's not something really incredibly complicated. I mean, I've seen way more complex animations before, but it's still something I can't do, or at least I can't do all of it. I need something like on that level. Although I did find the perfect song to use that kind of emulates the hard rock chorus. I did find the perfect song to use. I just need to get a good intro. And it's funny because, like, I don't know how they decide guests on their show. If I can just go on and say, hey guys, I want to be on your show, and they'll be like, okay, well, I don't know if I qualify or not. I have 40,000 subscribers now. There's been other guests on their show that have about as many subscribers as I have. But I want to make a good first impression. I want to be like, hey, here's my version of your podcast that I did, and it looks good. I want to be like, there you go. Yes, I'm hyped for Uehara's Bankai. I just have to hold the hype in, you know what I mean? Just hold it in, compress it, and just splooge all over the place when it gets revealed. That's what you need to do. No, I don't watch wrestling. That's one thing that I don't have in common with the Drunken Peasants. I don't watch wrestling. Although I'm going to have a friend on my... When I do the podcast parody, I'm going to have a friend of mine who is a fan of wrestling. So, I'm trying to cover all my bases here. There's really... Okay, there's a lot of good guys left. But are there good guys that actually matter? Like... You know, you have Uehara's fight right now. You have Ichigo in the group. Who else would you consider a good guy that needs a fight? You know, because Rukia and Renji, I would like to see have a fight, but they kind of already had their fights. I wouldn't want them to be their last fights, but they still do have their fights. I don't really care much for Shinji if he gets a fight, or Soifone. You know, I don't know if they really need a serious fight just for them. Describe your ideal woman. Nico Robin. There you go. His favorite season of the year? I like autumn. Autumn's pretty fun. It's cool, but not too cold. It's hot, but not too hot. Yes, I've seen the new season of The Venture Brothers. Episode 6 is tonight. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, sure. Lilia Barrow versus Stark. Who would win? Probably Lilia Barrow. I need to know who Ganju's uncle is before the series ends. Spoiler alert. It's Ishin. There you go. By the way, I think the word that Kukaku used there, it wasn't necessarily like uncle in the sense of, you know, father's brother. I think it was just like a Japanese term for like just a relative or somebody like that, you know, not someone that's particularly meant uncle, but she was talking about Ishin, so there you go. $266 watching now. Okay. Do you watch Game of Thrones? Yes, I do. I have a Game of Thrones poster back here, actually. Will the new Yu-Gi-Oh movie be canon? Yeah, it will be. It takes place after the original ended, so yeah. Do you like pancakes? No, I like waffles more, but pancakes are chill. Yeah, don't have a problem with pancakes. Who would you kill off in a heartbeat? Soifone. It's an easy question. Where did Grimjow go? You know, he passed out because of Askin. I'm assuming Nell went to go and see what's up with him. So we'll see with that. More viewers watching than Twitch. Well, yeah, because this is on my channel, which is I have, like, more fans on here, obviously. I only had, like, 1,300 followers on Twitch, and when I broadcast on here, everybody is, like, the first to know, so there you go. How do you like your eggs cooked? I like them fried, but I also like to have the yolk a little bit runny, so I can, like, dip, like, bread or toast in it or something. Can't believe it's almost been 4 years since the Bleach anime was canceled. It's been pretty much 4 years. I think it was like March 12th or something it went off. So it's been pretty much that. I know, it's crazy. I remember when I made a video about that. Back when I had like 800 subscribers. Fun times. Yeah, it automatically uploads after I end the stream. Which character in Bleach do you think's most like you? Probably Askin, which is why I love him so much. I have not seen Young Justice. Let's see. Who has bigger boobs, Adult Nella, Orihime, or Matsumoto? Ah, shit. Well, Matsumoto has bigger boobs than Orihime, so I think she's immediately out. I'm going to say her and Nell are probably equal. Yeah. How old were you when you discovered anime? I was like 5 or 6, and I remember watching Yu Yu Hakusho and Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Wasn't until a little bit later, but Pokemon was out in 97, so I would have been like 97, 98. I would have been about 5 or 6. I remember that. I didn't really know those were anime because I didn't really care about where they came from. I mean, this was at a point where I still thought like Bugs Bunny was a real person. Like, I could not understand that Bugs Bunny was like a drawing that was being animated. I thought Bugs Bunny was like a serious person that looked like that. And he was, you know, I was like a fucking stupid kid. I was like 5. What makes Yu-Gi-Oh! Better than Digimon? Your opinion. There you go. What was your first manga? It was Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually. I bought a copy of Shonen Jump, or my mom bought a copy of Shonen Jump for me when I was like 12. We were in Walmart one night, and I remember seeing the cover of Shonen Jump. It had Goku on it and Yugi, so I'm like, I know who those guys are. So she bought it for me, and it was weird because I had to read it backwards, and it was all black and white, and I didn't really understand it, but that's the first manga that I read, yeah. Do I know about Lithuania? Not very much. Not very much. Thank you for the weather report. Who would win, you or Double Four? If we just had like a straight-up cage match, I'm pretty sure Double Four would kick my ass. If we're talking about popularity, Double Four would kick my... What kind of question is that? That doesn't even compare. I mean, he has more subs. He talks about a completely different anime than I do. I don't know where the comparison there is, unless you just want to be like Tekking101 and Double Four anime. We should just start doing that, cage matches for the anime community. Community, I hate using that word, but we should just get together and just start doing cage matches with each other. You know, maybe then I'll get into wrestling, you know. My shtick is I wear my suit and tie. We already kind of have wrestling personas. Some of us do, anyway. Troll or not a troll? Yeah, I know. I noticed that, too. Do you know about Georgia, the country? I do. Don't really know where it is, but no. Sawyer's 7 Mage versus Tekking. I don't know. I don't know how that would work. I don't know how tall he is. I need to gauge that, and then I'll figure something out. Did you watch Code Provider's rant on Double Four anime? I was surprised because there was a decent amount. Like, I didn't even know there was a war between those two. Like, when I said community, like, I don't follow this shit at all. You know, so I didn't know for a long time there was, like, apparently a beef those two had with each other. And they make videos about it, like, both of them do. It's like, I would never... I don't see that because I don't see me doing that. Like, if there was another YouTuber that was, like, really popular... And, or not even just really popular, just another YouTuber that had a problem with me, and there's been a few, not very many, but there's been a few, like, you know, fuck Tekking, you know, he made a video, it makes no sense, he's a freaking hypocrite, or whatever. You know, the way I look at it is, okay, I can take time out of my day to make a response video to this guy, which isn't really the focus of my channel at all, and it's just going to start some pointless drama shit, because I'm going to make a response video, then he's going to make a response to my response video, and all my freaking fans are going to be like, oh, it's a war! I'm like, or, second option, I could talk about the stuff that my channel's really about, and get more views in the long run on those, and not start any pointless drama shit. And that's what I usually tend to do. But hey, if other people want to go ahead and start it, fine. But you have to understand, like, if Double, like, I don't know how this shit started, so don't. I mean, I'm completely oblivious to this. But let's just say Double Force started it first, and he said something about Code, and then when Code is sitting there deciding whether or not to make a response to that, he has to understand that if I do this, everyone's gonna basically think we're at war, and it's gonna be this massive fucking drama shit. But hey, if you're cool with that, if you're all right for the fire you're about to start, go ahead and respond to it, and just let your voice be known. And then complete the same vice versa if it was Code that started it and Double Four was the one that initially responded. I just don't see any merit in starting the drama shit. I've never done that. I've never made a video directed specifically at another YouTuber where I specifically said to that YouTuber, well, fuck you for saying this about me, man. You're whatever. I've never done that. Tekking Exposed. Well, that was a parody video about all the different exposing shit that was going on back then. And I don't even know the full story about what was going on with that. I think it was something with King of Lightning and For Neverworld. They were having some sort of beef. And I saw everybody was exposing each other. So I was like, yeah, okay, I can make fun of this. So I went ahead and made a response video to that. Trump versus Sanders. Sanders, 156%. Trump's actually in the negative percentages there. Drama is dumb. It is. I mean, it depends on how you do it. I mean, if it's two really popular channels, like, we had Code and Code and Double Four, there's some merit behind that, because if you do the responses, you get a lot of views, because both of these, there's a lot of fans from both sides, so you might get a lot of views and a shit ton of money, or a shit ton of views anyway. But is that really worth going about starting the drama stuff, really going out of your way to, have a beef with another YouTuber? I don't think that's worth it. But hey, if you're really big YouTubers, I guess, and then there's even more bigger YouTubers that have like the 1 million+ subscribers that'll still do that shit. And okay, guys, if that's what you want to do, go ahead. Drama is amusing, yeah. And the whole point of YouTube is to entertain. So if it's entertaining to people, fine. But I would rather people focus on the content of my channel rather than getting a bunch of comments about, hey, Tekking, did you hear he made this other video about you? You better respond to that one. And I'm like, yeah, I would rather get more videos, more comments about my videos about Bleach and Yu-Gi-Oh! Than I would about, some guy that has a beef with me or something. I've seen a couple of episodes of Food Wars. It was pretty good. What do you do about Norway? It's cold. And it's next to Finland and Sweden. The Fine Brothers YouTube video you made. Okay, well, that's different. Because Fine Brothers is this insanely huge YouTube channel. I highly doubt the Fine Brothers were going to look at my video. And by the way, there was a slew of other people that made videos about them. And it was more of a situation about what they were saying was complete nonsense. It wasn't like... Okay, let me put it this way. It's not like some YouTuber made a video calling me out. Like, hey, Tekking, I just watched your fucking Renji discussion, and you're a fucking idiot piece of shit to say that Renji, as he is right now, is on the same level of Dangai Ichigo. You're an idiot. Here's why. And then I'd be like, whoa, you're calling me out. All right, I'll make a response video to you saying why it's bullshit that your claims are bullshit. It wasn't like that. The Fine Brothers made a video basically mentioning that they were, like, bringing out that they were complete idiots, and they thought that they could copyright the word react, and they could do all this shit that they couldn't do, and they just came off looking like assholes. So a shit ton of people made videos talking about why they're assholes, and I was like, you know what, I feel like I kind of want to make a video about this, so I'll make a video about this. The Fine Brothers are certainly not looking at my video particularly, be like, man, dude, we've been getting a lot of freaking videos backlashing this React World thing. Oh shit, look, Tekking101 just made a response video to us. Fuck, man, we gotta respond to this guy particularly. And then the Fine Brothers made a response video to me. Now, they're so high up there, they didn't even register, they probably have never even seen my video. They probably didn't even register as a blip on their fucking radar. Who will get to 50,000 first? Tekking or Fine Brothers? They've been holding steady at about 13,600,000. You know, it's about evened out now. They still get a shit ton of dislikes on their videos, but it's not rapidly declining at the rate that it was. It's kind of evened out now. Did you win that pie contest? I got a 4th prize ribbon for that pie contest. So I got a prize for that contest. The Fine Brothers probably don't care about what other... Well, they care about what others say because they completely redacted their whole React World thing. If they didn't care about what people said, they still would be doing it. But no, when you have a large business like that, because that's what the Fine Brothers were. It was more than just a YouTube channel. They had a fucking business. When you have a business of that size, it would be a horrible business strategy to just not care about what other people said. That's a horrible business strategy. You know? Be like, yeah, we're doing this React World thing. Everyone's like, no, we don't want this. We're going to boycott you if you do this. I'm like, yeah, whatever, man. We're still doing it. We're Fine Brothers. That's a horrible business strategy. Don't do that. You should care about, you should have a human resources department. You know, you should, make sure you know what the public are saying about, like, that's like saying if Apple came out releasing this new iPhone, and they were saying, oh, it can do this and this and this, and everybody's like, no, we don't want it to do that, and it's like, oh, we're going to release it anyway. I'm sure there would be some, it's like, okay, we're going to look into it. Do you think Tsunami will show High School of the Dead next? Are there tits in High School? Oh yeah, there was. Yeah, I don't know. They might have to edit all the tits out. I kind of want to watch that now. Okay, stream's over. No, I'm just kidding. That's exactly what Apple's doing now. They're taking out their headphone jack for the new iPhone. Oh, they're taking out a headphone jack for the new iPhone. All right, well, we'll see where that goes then, because that seems like a major dick move. You and King of Lightning's cool and friends, and y'all got a little beef. What the fuck is? Let me know, bro, because of curiosity. We don't have a beef, you know. I don't know. Some people can't. Some people actually responded to me when I did the Black Tekking. And people are still thinking, are you and King of, like, not a lot of people, but some people are like, are you in Tekking? I mean, are you in King of Lightning? Are you like having a beef or something? Are you gonna like do something there? I'm like, guys, it was a joke. It was a parody. Like, you can clearly see that it's cool. It's cool, all right? Oh crap, we're dropping frames like a motherfucker. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Live stream. This one kind of snuck up on me. I didn't think I was going to get here. Live stream. This one kind of snuck up. Sorry about that. There was a little bit of a lag there. I think we're good now. Yeah, we're not dropping. I lowered the frame rate a little bit. Sorry about that. Favorite colors, black and white. Not colors, they're more just absences and all of colors, but it's black and white, and it has to be black and white. I don't like black unless it's white, and I don't like white unless it's black. Yeah. We're back. Sorry about the lag. There was an issue there. My Hero Academia. No, I haven't seen that. We're back. Kizaru. What are your thoughts on... I'm not going into a Fairy Tail rant here. I was going to make a series of videos a while back on Fairy Tail. I don't know what happened to them. Hold on. I was going to make like a 3-part series, and then I was just like, I don't want to. I lost interest. Because a lot of times with videos, I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm interested. I'm gonna make this video, and then I'll start gathering stuff. I'll start photoshopping some stuff together and making it look good, and then making thumbnails. And then with the fairy tale one, I was just like, you know what? I don't care. But yeah, did you hear what I said about King of Lightning? Because that's when I started lagging like a motherfucker. You know, there were some people that were responding to that when I did like the King of Lightning response to Black Tekking. People were like, "Are you?" Not a lot of people, but there was a few that I could tell were genuinely curious about. Are you in King of Lightning like at odds right now, or like do you have problems? And I'm like, no, it was a joke, guys. He made a joke, and then I responded to his joke with a joke, and then he responded to my joke of a joke with a joke. It's okay. We're not at each other's throats right now. Calm down. I was thinking about doing a podcast on here, you know, now that we have live stream capabilities and my internet's not complete shit. I mean, I know we lagged just now, like, really badly, but anyone that knows my Twitch streams before this, the lag was so much worse. So much worse. That was just a little bit of turbulence, you know. Normally, we'd be having the stream crash every 5 seconds, so we're good. But hey, now that we have that, I might be able to do like a minor podcast on here, might be able to get some special guest stars. Know what I'm saying? You know what I'm super saying? You know, and it'll just be like a random, like just an off-topic, you know, here's Tekking, the host, and here's some guest star, and we're just talking about whatever for like an hour. So your dog, yeah, she's downstairs, she's lazy. Duchess, come up here! The people want to see you! Come on, Duchess. I summon thee. Kuchiyose no Jutsu. Yeah, we'll see if she comes. Yep, here she comes. Come here, Duchess. Come here, Duchess. Come here, Duchess. Come on. Come on. What the? Come on. Okay. Come on. Come on. Duchess, come on. Come on. Come on, dog. Come on. Come on. Hey, go. Come on. Come on, Duchess. Come on. She's like, I really don't want to. She's like, come on, Duchess. Come on, puppy. Just for a little bit. Come on. Jump on the bed. Jump on the bed. It's okay. You can jump on the bed. She gives no fucks right now. Come on. She's like, is there anything up here to eat? No. Alright. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Jeez. Took forever. Here, puppy. Yeah. She's gone. She don't care. I don't watch AMVs too much, really. When I did the zombie powder stuff, I mean, I might do it again, but the zombie powder, I mean, there was only 27 chapters to begin with, so it wasn't like I had a lot of chapters to review, and I was also not in school when I did them. You know, from January to, I think, August of 2013, that's when I did them. And 2014, sorry. And I didn't have school, so I could just had free time, but I don't do that anymore. I might still do one of those, like, those for, like, everyday things in the months of whatever, but... Dad, what are you doing? Quit whining. Pokemon Go! Yeah, when's that being released? I wanna see what Pokemon's living in my room perpetually. Probably like a Mr. Mime or like a Mischievous or something. What are you doing? What are you doing? Duchess, you're being weird. Either come up here or I don't want you. No. Okay. Come on. Come on. Do whatever you want. I don't care. What do you think of Cloverfield? Well, it's coming out. A remake, a sequel, I don't know. You've probably got a Jinx. Sure. That would be creepy. Jet fuel can't melt steel beams. There's actually a video that teaches you it can. Well, it can't, but it can. Just go watch it. Type in blacksmith steel beams. Got any hot chicks in college? Oh, yeah. You know, some of them will talk to me. My friend Angel is a model, so that's a thing, I guess. Get Kubo on the podcast. That would be pretty cool if I could even somehow see, because I assume even if Kubo, he has to know of my existence. Even if he doesn't, like, watch all my videos, I'm sure somebody had to at least, he has had to gotten bored sometimes and typed in Bleach manga review on YouTube just to see if anyone's talking about him. And I am, like, one of the first results, or at least somebody had to come up to him and be like, hey, there's this guy named Tekking who does reviews about you. He has to at least heard my name before. No, he can't speak English. It would have to be a translator sort of deal, but it's possible. We could do it over Skype if we have a translator. If you met Kubo, would you scream like a little girl? No, if I met Kubo, I feel like we would have this moment where we just lock eyes with each other. Because I feel like I know this man. I've followed this man's career. I've read all of Zombie Powder, and I feel like, and I was like, it was really early shit, all the way up through Bleach. I feel like I know this man. So it's just like we look at each other there, and we just lock eyes. Be like, I know who the fuck you are. Taking stocks, Kubo. Sure. I'm just saying, Masashi Kishimoto knows who Sawyer is, and you had the thing with Chibi and Ishida, so it's like, come on, Kubo, I'm right here. Come on. The guy never does any interviews. The guy is like, just, like most mangakas don't. He did the thing in Germany. That was like his last major interview, but he doesn't go to like Comic-Cons or anything like that. Like, come on, dude. I think I'm going to keep going for another 10 minutes, and we're going to stop at noon. I'm going to go let her out, feed her, and then I have to go eat, and then I have to go to work. So, yeah. I believe I can fly. I believe Trump will pollute the sky. I made a video on my vlog channel about Trump, and I didn't upload it yet. It's uploaded, but I kept it on private. I might be uploading that after this, so you might want to go see that. But I just talk about Trump and his two big plans about, like, okay, I gotta tell you this because this is fucking hilarious. All right, this is gonna be bashing my mom a little bit, but I have to bring this up just because it's so unbelievably stupid. All right. Well, okay, so my mom is a supporter of Donald Trump's policies to build the wall and to keep out the Muslims. She's like, you don't know, they're coming over here taking our jobs. We should ship them back. Oh, they might be terrorists, so we should not let them in. Do you want the terrorists in this country, Matthew? I'm like, okay, well, whatever. So we were talking about the Muslim thing. And I asked her, I was like, okay, Mom, you're for this, right? She's like, yes. I'm like, I just want to know one question, all right? Let's say a Muslim comes into the United States, into the airport. How is the people, like, how's the airport staff or, like, the immigration, whatever organization's going to handle this, how are they going to determine if somebody is a Muslim or not? Because a Muslim is just someone who follows Islam. It's a religious belief. It has nothing to do with your race. Or, like, you can't just look at somebody and say, oh, that's a Muslim right there. You can't do it. You know? So, I asked her that, and she's like, oh, they'll just know. I'm like, how are they going to know? And she's like, well, it says so on their, like, license or something. Like, no, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say that on their passport or their does it say you're a Christian on your driver's license? No. And I'm trying to convince her, like, you know, there's white people that could be Muslims. You know that, right? And she's just like, Matthew, now you're just sounding ridiculous. I've never known a white person that was a Muslim. I'm like, yeah, okay, you've never known one personally, therefore they must not exist. So I had to pull up statistics to show her, and yeah, so that's what I have to live with on a daily basis. I think I might just lie to her, you know, like when the election in Pennsylvania comes up, the nomination. You know, I might just lie to her. It's on April 26th. I think I might just lie to her and be like, yeah, it's on April 23rd, April 28th, Mom. And so she shows up 2 days late. She's like, oh, they weren't doing it. I'm like, yeah, it must have been late. Crazy, huh? Because she knows nothing about the policies. Like, it's impossible to do the Muslim thing. The Mexican thing, it's possible, but very impractical. It would cost way too much money. No. She does the Muslim thing. She does the, you know, we don't know who they are. I understand not all Muslims are terrorists, but we can't take any chances. I'm like, okay, do you know there are Christians that, like, there's bad people that are Christians. There's bad people that are Muslims. There's bad people that are atheists. It's almost like being a bad person has really nothing to do completely on your religious beliefs. All right? Because there's always going to be people in a culture that want to kill people, that want to rape, that want to burn shit and want to blow shit up. There's always going to be those kind of people, okay? Doesn't matter what religion they are, doesn't matter what race they are, they're always going to have those kind of people. Where are we at? 11:54. Okay, 5 more minutes. 5. Or is it just going to be some really heavily racist shit where, like, a Muslim comes into the country and it's like, well, where are you from? Says here on your passport you're from Saudi Arabia. And your skin is kind of brown. Yep, that's a Muslim right there. Actually, I'm Hindu. Likely story. You're a Muslim. Are you a CGI effect? You got me. Yeah, I'm still reviewing Black... Okay. I'm still reviewing Black Butler. It's just those reviews take longer chapters. I gotta get all dressed up. I gotta fuck around with the green screen, try to get that right. So, yeah, for right now, that's on delay until I have a day off I can do this. Don't freak, we're Sikh. Yeah, Sikhs. Oh no, Americans don't know what Sikhs are. You're crazy. Christians are the good guys. Muslims are the bad guys. Don't you know? That's living in America right there. It is 11:56 a.m. here. Favorite song? Science fiction double feature by Me First and the Gimme Gimmes. How old are you? I'm 22. I'm going to be 23 next month. This is why I won't vote for Trump. Well, that's why a lot of people are voting for Trump. Because he says what he means, or whatever the fuck. Whatever reason he came up with, I don't even know. I spoke Mayuri's speech in English class the other day. That's really cool. The perfection one. That's pretty cool. If you could, because if you could apply that to like schoolwork, that'd be pretty funny. The true thing about being perfect is that's it. The bottom line becomes there's no room for ability, no room for improvement. Yeah. Thoughts on Shillery? You know, I was reading an article that she's, being prosecuted for these charges or whatever. And, she's not going to go to prison. It's just not going to happen. But you know what? At the bare minimum, for everything she's done, at the bare minimum, she should not be allowed to run for the highest office in the land. Like, no candidate's perfect. I get that. But she should not be. I mean, I don't even care if you don't throw her in prison or you don't even have to fine her. But come on, bare basics. She should not be allowed to run for the highest office in the entire fucking country and be one of the most powerful people in the world. I mean, that's like bare minimum there. What happened to Double Four and Code? I honestly don't really know the whole story. Go ask somebody else. Who's your favorite One Piece YouTuber? I don't watch a lot of YouTubers that review manga. Roger Base was pretty good. Would you get a tattoo? Yeah. I was thinking about getting one. Maybe like on my chest or something. We'll find that out later. Anyway, it's about noon now, so I'm going to be ending this. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for the 40,000 subscribers. This video will be up shortly. It'll be uploaded immediately after I end it. So thank you for watching. Once again, thank you for subscribing to me. I'll be doing not a lot of videos this week, honestly. I have to go back to school tomorrow. Break's over. I got a lot of shit to do. Got to go back at it, right back to the grind. I have a lot of work this week too, just part-time job. I ended up with like 3 or 4 days, which I normally don't have. So you'll probably see the end of my DOTR Let's Play, Rules of the Roses. That'll probably come out this week. And then you'll see the Bleach review, obviously, and that'll be it. So thank you guys for watching. I might start making more of the 10-second videos, too. I did a Toriko in 10 seconds this morning, so you might see more of that. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. This will be Tekking101 signing out.